I try to be familiar with my fans, but is there such a thing as too familiar? My fans are mostly on Facebook and Instagram. I do Facebook Lives weekly. Yeah, there is definitely a line you should not be crossing with your fans. Your fans, the people on social media, are only supposed to get a part of you. These are not your best friends. This is not your family. You, in general, should only be sharing on social media and online what you're comfortable with sharing a stranger on an airplane. Let's say you go onto an airplane and you sit yourself down and the neighbor next to you is chatty. What are you going to be okay sharing with them? Are you going to be okay sharing your kids' names? Okay. Are you going to be okay sharing your kids' ages? Okay. Are you going to be okay sharing your kids' exact locations in school? Probably not. So you need to know where your lines are in terms of what you're sharing with strangers. Because yeah, you chat with people online, but you don't actually know them. You don't know if they're putting on a good friend for social media. We could be anybody we want on social media. We're hiding behind a screen. Nobody sees our true traits, what we're actually doing. You can seem like a totally normal person online and not be. So you have to be aware that it doesn't matter unless they're like a real life in the real world part of your life. They're not actually a part of your life. These are strangers, and you can be familiar and you can share pieces of your life with them, but you're not sharing everything with them. So I'm online all the freaking time. I share a ton of things, but I have very specific sections of my life I will not share with anyone, period. I protect very specific parts of my life. I don't hold back in other areas. I share as much as I can to help as many people as I can, but there are specific things I will not talk about. I do not talk about my family. Now, that might change a bit if I get married and if I have children, because that will be part of what I'm doing with my business life and part of my life. But I don't talk about parents, siblings. You will hear me occasionally talk about like my nieces, but you don't get very much information on them. I don't share that. I do not share my relationships. I don't talk about my love life. You're not going to hear a dang thing from me unless I'm married. You're not going to get any of that. I hide. And then, I mean, it's hiding, it's keeping from them, but it's also just not sharing with people that I don't actually know a lot of things about my life, even though I seem like the most accessible person in the world and I share so much. There are certain things I will not share. Those are mine, those are private, those are personal. It is not for the general public. And you have to remember your fandom, as close as you are, as fun as they are, as much as you love to talk to them, they are not that inner circle. It's okay to have circles with the people around you. Your inner circle is your family, your immediate family, your spouses, your children, parents, siblings. In fact, you could even go spouses and children, and then the next circle is the parents and the siblings, and then the best friends, and then it goes out from there to close friends, to general friends, to friendly people, to people you know and acquaintances, to people on the internet. Need to be on the outside ring, okay? They're not on the inside. You can decide where you want to keep people within those rings, and that's totally fine. But the internet is not in those first couple of rings. So keep that in mind as you go.